And God said, no, I got other plans for you, babe. Hey YouTube, it's your girl Sanaya. Welcome back to another video. Okay, so today we're just gonna be talking about the trauma I dealt with in middle school. This is just for the people that probably dealt with what I dealt with in middle school, and let people know that it's okay to feel that experience, but then when time comes, you gotta heal from that, because things will get better and you just have to put in the work. Middle school was a rough time for me, and probably for a lot of people too. And I know a lot of people don't actually try to do the healing work because, like, you know, go with the flow and just be like, okay, it's whatever with their life. But the thing is, you can change, and there's nothing wrong with being real with yourself and to be honest with yourself deeply, to the point where you're getting closer to God, and God is helping you find yourself and where you need to be in life. You're not being a follower. You're not following people on what they're doing and what they're trying to do. You just have to be closer with God. I notice a lot of people in the world that suffer from people dying in school, and I experienced that in the school that I went to. There was a lot of like suicides, deaths in my school. It was really sad. It's like, I get them, because there was times where I didn't even want to be here. That's why I just feel like people should just be kind to each other, because it's sad out here. Because I noticed that a lot of good people in school, but at home it was a lot. They didn't want to deal with that pain anymore. Feel them. But I never choose to give up or start killing people, being mad at people, or like hurting them. It's just a lot of crazy stuff out in the world, and people just need to change and make a change altogether, because it's really sad. I just wanted to say that part, but I'm gonna tell y'all my experience of what I went through. So those years of crazy, I dealt with a lot, and so like I was isolated anyway, but still wasn't messing with me or anything like that. So I had, you know, no choice to like stay in the classroom and eat my lunch, because I could have sat with them, but I choose to sit by myself because it was just a lot of weird stuff. And so I had to go through that, and then at home it was like more crazy, because there was times where I wanted to run away from home. There was times where me and my mom got into like physical fights, her choking me in front of my friends, her just being rude with me, being really aggressive, you know, in front of my friends. Them seeing that, like, it was embarrassing too. And then there was times where she was just trying to take my phone, but like for no reason, just to make me react a certain way. And you know, I was young, so I'm just asking her why, you know, just getting out of control or whatever. And she tried to put me on like a mood pill to make it seem like I was crazy. And I knew I didn't need that pill. She was trying to make it seem like I was crazy. I didn't want to go to school because there was a lot of people in school that tried to bully me for no reason or try to count me out for no reason. And I had to go deal with home too, or my mom just being mad for no reason. There was times where I tried to come to her and talk to her and ask her about things and stuff like that. She will always shut me out. And I always tried to have a bond with her, like to the point where it's like she didn't want to bond with me, but I kept holding on. I kept holding on because that's my mother, you know. I love her, but the way she do me and how I had to grow up, she'll make it seem like she's doing everything in the world for me. She don't do nothing for real. Nothing that means to me, you know, that I care. She don't know me. My mom did not know me. There was times where I would tell her what type of shoes that I want and what type of shoes I wear. She go get the opposite shoes. And I'm just like, she'll get the shoes that she want me to wear. It was never like what I wanted to wear. And she'll just try to make it seem like I was crazy. She just never cared on how I felt about anything. I try to get close with her. I try to have a bond with her. And she'll try to make me compete with my sister. Or not even like compete with her, but she'll just do more stuff for her. She'll try to make her the favorite and always put me out. She wouldn't even make us the favorite, you know, pay attention to both of us. She'll always pay attention to her. She never cared about me. There was times where I had to sleep at my boyfriend's house. And I'm like 13 around that time, like 13, 14 around that time. And I had to sleep at his house because she didn't care about me or anything. She put me out, told me I couldn't come back. And this all started when I was like a little. This wasn't even 14. This was like when I was in elementary school too, where she woke me up from school. She tried to, I was tired, like I was sleepy, but I was up. And she tried to put my shoe on, and then she ended up slapping me. I went to the school, and I was just like sad. And then they was asking what happened and stuff like that. So it was like a big thing. And this was I was like in elementary school. So I'm just like around like 6 or something. I'm like, yeah, 6 or something. Or probably even, I don't know. She put me out and I had to go live in my dad's house. Me and my dad would have to walk all the way to the school. And remind you, I'm little. I'm like small. I'm like little. And he ain't had no car or anything. So I had to like walk, and my legs were like, you know, my legs were just hurting. Diapers would just keep going back to back to back because she used to do things. I just didn't understand like why, you know, like why she was treating me that way. And there was times where I seen her do stuff to my sister too. She would slap her and stuff like that, and I knew that wasn't right. For no reason. She would just do it for no reason. She never cared how I felt. There was times where I wanted to run away. There was times where she put me out. She said she was gonna lock the doors on me. There was times when she changed the keys. I would just have to text her to get in the house. So if she's not in the house, I would have to wait. There was times where I literally waited like at ShopRite for her. Or there was a time where I literally slept at Walgreens until she got there at the house. I was like, I'm getting back from work, and then she just said, I don't want you at my house no more. Get your own apartment. I want you out. You cannot come back. I'm changing the key. I'm taking you off the lease. I don't want you to come back anymore. She was saying all that. She wanted me to go. I waited 4 hours, but I fell asleep. And then a guy woke me up because he woke me up before closing. I waited. I had to walk. There was times where I had to go to work. Sometimes she didn't care to like take me or anything like that. I feel like the only reason why she bought me a car, my first car, because she wanted to prove like she did something. I still like appreciated it, you know, because it was my first car. So, and that's the only thing I wanted. She didn't let me go to prom because she didn't care for me to go to prom. I wanted to go to prom. My sister went to prom and she didn't care for me to go to prom. I wanted to go to cosmetology school. I gave her the folder and my sister went there to the place. We looked at the place and they gave me a folder. And I gave her the folder and she made it seem like, oh, she was gonna let me go to cosmetology school. There was a time where I came back from school and she put the folder on my desk. I asked her, like, why did you put the folder? And she was like, oh, not right now, this and that and the third. So I never went to cosmetology school, but I wanted to go to cosmetology school and she knew that, but she didn't care. There was times where I had to sleep at my friend's house. I had to literally sleep there for days. I had to go to school there that's when it was like COVID time, around that time. So I had to go to school on the laptop at my friend's house. I had to deal with all that. And yeah, there was times where I said I didn't want to be here, you know, but I never gave up on myself because I know I was a good person to these people. And anyone that came across me, everyone that knows me, that knew me, they knew that I was there for them. I never judged them. I was there for them. I was real for them. The only time that I moved back is when I see some funny stuff. And I'm not going for that because I'm too real for that. I can't go for that. That's not me. I'm too real for a lot of people. So that's why I stick to myself and I stay to myself. Because a lot of people don't want to be real. They're real with themselves. No one want to put in the work and make a change for themselves. So I'm not going. So I just had to go through a lot. And she tried to make it seem like I was crazy. But deep down, I knew I didn't need that pill. I knew I didn't need that pill. Like, she tried to just make it seem like I was crazy to cover up what she was doing behind doors. I wasn't taking them pills. I act like I was taking them pills, but I wasn't taking them pills. She did that to cover up what she was doing to me and closed doors. She knew who I was since I was a baby. And that's why she see me as competition. Yup, that's what it was. I seen a lot of stuff growing up. A lot of stuff. Family killing. A lot of stuff doing all that. Drugs, all that is out of control. And I'm not going for it. I seen a lot of stuff growing up. And I'm gonna be the one to stop all that stuff. Because we gotta make a change. I had to go through them casting me out, falling out of relationships at middle school. I didn't have friends growing up, for real. Like, they made it seem like they was my friend, but they was never my friend. They were just kicking it with me just to kick it with me because of who I am. And they didn't like who I was, so they see me as competition. And it was all love. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus y'all. Like, I always try to put y'all on game, and they try to take my passion and what I'm doing, and you know, it is, even when that happened, I was still happy for motherfuckers. Like, I was still happy. I never, you know, never showed no love, you know, because I was happy for them. You know, I just knew it wasn't my time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. That's what I'm saying, because it was never no competition. But everyone see me as competition. Everyone didn't like my light that I had. And I had to play small. I was like the underdog, you know. But now I'm showing who I am, and I don't care what anybody say, because it's really real out here. A lot of people go through things in their family, and they don't want to speak up, and they don't want to heal, they don't want to change, they just want to hop on and be the follower, you know. But I always show love to everybody that I came across, family and everything, to the point where I literally lost myself trying to make people love me. Literally, my own family. I don't care about the friends, because like my own family, there was times when my own mother posted me and tried to make it seem like she messed with me, but in reality, but in real life, she don't mess with me at all, but she tried to play it like she do. There was times where I got kicked out, and I stayed at my own family house, and my own family kicked me out. Then when I went from their house, I went to my dad's house, and then my dad kicked me out, so I had to go back to my mother's house. It was just like, I never had the time to do what I wanted to do, because there was a lot going on for no reason. She don't like her own child for no reason. When I tried to love her, I was there for her. Graduation, I was happy for her. I always was happy for my mother. Even on her birthday, I was happy for her. But when it comes to me, she don't care about nothing. I had that type of love, and I know who I am. I'm not scared to show who I am. So, yeah. She'll do something, and then I'll react, because at that time I wasn't mature, you know. I wasn't mature to, you know, how we always do, we just argue back, whatever. I wasn't mature like that. But there was times where I'm just like, yo, I do not want to fight with my own mother, you know. I did not want to fight with my own mother, and I try to do things to not fight with her, but she'll always find something to just be mad at. It could be something little. I could be doing everything that I'm doing, and then she'll find one little thing to be mad. Even on like my accomplishments, like, she'll never really be happy for me. She'll just make it seem like she's there, but she's not. There was times where I did basketball, she wasn't there at my games. There was times where we talked about it, and she'll be like, okay, you know, we'll talk about it. She'll be like, okay, da, da, da. We'll squash it, and then she'll find something to be mad at, and then it just repeats, and it's just the way how she talks. It's like, I could talk to her, and it's the way how you say something, you know what I'm saying, and how you say it. And so that's what it with her. She's like one of those type of person. Like, it's the way how she say it, and it's what she's saying. She'll make like faces at me. Really, she'll make faces at me, like disgusting faces for no reason growing up, and I just never knew why. And then one time I was like, let me do this to her to see how it feels. You know what I'm saying? Because I just got tired. Like, you're doing that for what? For what? I can't even talk to you without you like, girl, like something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot just talk to you regularly how I'm talking to the camera. Like, I can't just talk to you regularly without you just reacting a disgusting way to me for no reason. There was times where I didn't want to talk to her, I didn't want to be around her because it was just toxic with her. You know, like I had to live in a toxic home and it wasn't me, and she's trying to make it seem like it was me. So she'll go to my family and they will try to make it seem like, oh, I'm the problem the whole time. I'm not the problem, she's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying like she's always the problem, but it's like, she's my mother. You have to be mature. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the stuff that you do it don't give a mother. Doesn't give a mother. And you try to make it seem like you're doing your part, you're playing your part, but you're really not. Because if you was really playing your part, then I would still be living in your house right now. I wouldn't be here in my new apartment. I would be at your house trying to get my bread, run my bread up, like how you let my sister at 19, but you kicked me out. And I didn't know that I was gonna get this apartment. And then God provided me an apartment because he said I have to get away. God did this. And I thought I was not gonna have nowhere to stay. Where she wanted me to stay is at her friend's house. And he was moving to get married. So he wasn't gonna have the house anymore. But he had like a special thing with the apartment. So if they would have found out that he don't live there, that's my ass. I don't have nowhere to stay. And she wanted me to do that. And God said, no, I got other plans for you, babe. He said, I got other plans for you, babe. Like, God was not playing with me. Like, he said, watch this. Okay? Yeah, so it's just me in it alone, and I'm happy now. I'm getting myself together. I came a long way and I didn't give up on myself. And like I said, no matter what, just at least try to work on yourself. Like, I'm just gonna keep saying that. Like, that's work on yourself. Keep the pattern and just be a better person. Don't be a follower. Be yourself. Be your authentic self. Don't mask who you are because of your pain. You can heal from that trauma. You don't have to carry on and make bigger trauma after that. And that's when I learned too. I paid my karma. Now I'm getting good karma. You just gotta put in the work, you know. It's not easy, but we gotta do it. Okay, so like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys liked my video. I'll see you in the next video.